Yeah, sorry about the lighting. It's probably not going to work very well. Let me try one more thing. No, not even that's bright enough. Hmm. Well, that kind of works. Man, that's super bright. Screw it. That's as good as it's going to get. Now, where's the chat? Hmm. All messages? What's this? No. For some reason, I can't see. Well, maybe if people pop on, it's not showing me many stats. Sorry, I still don't have a place of my own, so my car and this awful lighting is the best we can get for now. Um, hmm. Just hope I'm not missing anybody saying anything. Hmm. No. Sorry. I clicked on that thing and it sent me somewhere. Well, I just hope you guys can see it. Well, maybe nobody's on right now. Maybe it's not a good time. But like months since my last. Don't feel the time go by whatsoever. Looks like somebody jumped on. If somebody's watching, can you comment something? Because I don't see anywhere where there's a chat. In case anybody wants to say anything. I know they've been doing updates on everything, I guess. So much to talk about. Three Eye Atlas. Let's see. The whole Epstein Files thing. For the Three Eye Atlas thing, and you gotta forgive me if you guys are commenting anything. I don't see anything on here or where I can click so that I can see you guys say anything. So forgive me. I hit setting here to chat, so maybe I should have clicked something else before. I don't know. Either way, hi. I love you so much, all of you, and everything. Yeah, so much to talk about. Uh, at the beginning of the year, it was way before the Three Eye Atlas. I had a feeling God was coming here in some form or shape, and then months later, they talked about the Three Eye Atlas, Third Eye Atlas, and I think it was October 29th when I noticed a change in the energy of the sun. And like the color was different too. And I don't know how to describe it. It's a feeling and a knowing and an understanding. So our backup is here. uh, Everything is going in the direction that we all want it to. No more are we gonna remain silent? No more are we gonna look the other way. You know, ever since I was a little kid, since I can remember, I guess, I was always like, why is nobody saying or doing anything about this or that? And why do we live with my camera's fuzzy? Yeah, well, it's the lighting. How bad is it? I tried to get it to aim at me in a way where it won't look weird, but I'm sorry. I could try to jump in my tiny, tiny, tiny little metal box, but anytime I do that, I I get really bad internet reception. Let me try one more thing. Ha! I have this bike light that I'm using for work right now. Let's see if this will do any better. No? God, that's super bright. Sorry. Nope. Nope. Stick it up here? No. Stick it that way? No. God, that's super bright. Oh, let me lower the brightness on it and see if that helps any. Whoops. Just 2 brightness settings. Wow, that's super bright still. Maybe we should pick the public place with lighting. Here where I'm living now. When it's nighttime, it's stupid dark, and they don't believe in having much lights, you know. Well, that's very disturbing to my eyes, but um, yeah, I'm gonna change back to this one, I think. And just you guys are gonna have to forgive me for the fuzziness or the god awful picture. It could just be the reception at the same time. Well, it says I have 5G. All right. Sorry. I know I look weird. It's okay. So let's go back. So yeah, I knew God was coming here. I didn't know in what shape or form or what was going to happen exactly, but I knew we are only one guy to which is me. We are only one guy. What? I'm good. Uh, being a shaman and connecting to my 12-dimensional self and beyond, it's a lot of responsibility to it. When I first awakened, broke free back in 2017, and believe me, since I was a little boy, things have been happening um, over and over again that you would call miracles or divine. And, of course, some paranormal stuff and creepy things, scary things. Um, I am going to do another phone interview. What's the name of the YouTube channel? I think it's called God's Voice Today. Um, mhm. Yeah, God, God's Voice Today. Um, I'm sorry, I'm really tired. I just got off of work and just ate something really quick, and then I'm like, I should do it live because that's what my heart says. But yeah, I'm gonna do another phone interview with him, and this time I think it's scheduled for like 2 hours. So I believe I'm gonna have enough time to tell most of my story. Um, Hi. And it'll be pretty interesting. I'll probably link here in another video or something. But it's sometime next month. I want to say it's scheduled for like the 6th of January, but I'm not sure. Either way, um, whenever he, posts it on his channel, I'll do a video and link it or something so you guys can see. But yeah, so yeah, it was October 29th so far as the 3i Atlas thing when it was, I think they were saying it was stationed on the other side of the sun at that point. Either way, that's when I started feeling a certain change in the tuning and stuff that's happening. Another thing I wanted to say is, when I first awakened, I didn't know why I was saying what I was saying. I didn't know why I was doing what I was doing. It was all guided from the inside, including things I do to meditate or to stay connected, um, to remain in unity consciousness, um, in my heart, and unconditional love. And a lot of people don't or wouldn't believe or wouldn't think it's possible for someone to have unconditional love. That there has to be something that could break that. But oh, there's many things that could upset me and I wouldn't like and I wouldn't want to experience. What meditations? Oh, methods. So it was all guided, from the inside. So a lot of it is already out there. Um, there's different techniques all over the place. Just I keep finding them. It's like, oh my God, they're talking about what I did, or um, they're talking about something that I was doing and I didn't even know I was doing it. So there's a lot. The first thing I did that helped a lot. I mean, pretty much it tunes you, it changes you from being here to being here in your heart. So um, it, the first thing I started doing was consciously breathing all the time. And I didn't know that that's what I was doing at the time. It was, I had thoughts that plagued me um, nonstop, and I would get headaches. I had excessive amounts of thinking, insomnia, you name it. And once I started to understand everything as energy, frequency, and vibration, um, something that Tesla had said, you know, I had heard it before, but then I heard it again while I was going through my healing and awakening, and it just started clicking everything into place as soon as I started to observe everything and everyone, including myself, energy, frequency, and vibration. So I started, anytime I would have a thought, I would start breathing consciously. So I would be like, I know what this is. And then I would just stop, and then I would stop thinking and I would start breathing. And if you do this consistently, constantly, long enough, it becomes a way of being. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you're running or you're doing some type of exercise, which I did since I was a little boy. I was always active, always loved exercise, and I didn't know why. I'm pretty sure the a big part of that was because I'm a yellow spectral warrior twice, doubled, because I'm guided by my own power doubled, right? In the mind. And uh, I don't know, I just linked it. It all just easily just clear without me trying. And it was all, like I said, guided from the inside. So as I started breathing, it made me feel very calm and relaxed. And, it's only been recently, maybe the past year or so, um, where I've had enough time, or not time, but um, I've had opportunity to sort of redo or reawaken or re-go through the same things I had gone through back in 2017. I started going back through the same things again, and understanding it um, now. Well, I'm able to observe it because when I first awakened in 2017, I had my Kundalini awakening, or my sacred fire awakened, and it was like there was electricity coursing through my blood in my body, and I felt super godlike, and um, like I could almost fly. I could feel so high vibe that I felt like I could almost lift off the ground. And I started doing all these different things, but breathing is very, very, very important. I talk about it a lot in my videos, and I say don't forget to breathe. Um, it's that. So it activates your parasympathetic nervous system. A lot of people, do I believe in religions? I believe everybody's talking about the same thing. So I don't go to church, or you know, view myself as anything other than a part of everything and everyone. Uh, so it doesn't matter what religion you are, or if you're the most wonderful person or the most god awful person, I still love you. Even if I don't like what you're doing, or have been doing, or keep doing, that's just unity consciousness for you. Yeah, yeah. Some people are like, well, you're a better man than me, for liking those individuals. Because I always thought, sure, it's super horrible. And believe me, I've been on the receiving end of plenty, um, on being abused and hurt in so many different ways. Uh, but imagine you being the person that's abusing and doing these horrible things to other people. God, I mean, if you think about it, wouldn't it be better to be the one that's being abused or effed over than the one doing the abusing and the effing over? So, God sent me here to this earth, um, to raise the vibration of it, through me, through my experience, what I'm going through. So, uh, you know, I could explain a lot more in detail certain things, but I'm just going to sort of, skim through them right now. Uh, so the breathing was one thing. And then after a while, I started breathing, and every time I breathed, I could feel my third eye was activating. And it feels like it tickles, or like euphoric. I don't know how to describe it other than like bliss. And the more you do it, the more you feel high vibe and connected. It's kind of like you're filling yourself up with source energy, with unconditional love, and with that energy, you could do so many different things. You can heal yourself, you can heal others, the earth. You can experience your psychic gifts. Um, I've experienced plenty of different things: telepathy, remote viewing, uh, clairsentience is really strong, clairaudience. And I'll have visions and vision quests, astral travel, you name it. Tell us one of the hardest situations in your life for real. Oh, the hardest situation. Well, hmm, that would depend on your definition of hardest. Uh, 'Cause to me, like this whole thing, coming here and changing the earth, awakening the earth and healing it, through me, through all of us, we're all doing this together. Um, it it's been the most difficult, including when I broke free back in 2017. That was the hardest thing. I could feel I had blocks, literal blocks. I could feel them blocking my chakras. And when I broke free, um, I felt like the night sky shattered, and then somebody on the receiving end that was draining myself and so many others that are gifted, I just felt them like get hurt and hit, and then that's when my sacred fire activated, and I felt super high vibe. And basically, um, what's going to happen again here soon, and it's happening right now. It was like I inherited the earth, right? Um, I was in control. I could do all these different things, and I had no idea. All I knew is what I felt and what I was guided to do, and I did. I did so many different things. Hardest in a mentally painful way. Well, yeah, I mean, breaking free from the mind control or the thoughts that plagued me, all that stuff, it was pushing me and pushing me to become an antichrist. I felt super drained, lifeless, it's like sucked dry like a zombie, like the living dead is how I felt before I broke free. So that was one of the hardest, most difficult things for sure. Um, there was a meditation that I did not long after I had awakened, because when I did awaken, I could feel all the love on the earth, but I could feel all the opposite of that, all the darkness, all the suffering, and I didn't at that moment. Um, I had been training and doing all these things to heal myself, right? So when I looked at everything as energy, frequency, and vibration, I was like, well, I shouldn't connect to darkness or the all the pain and hate and suffering that was on the earth. I was like, no, what's the point of that, right? So I always kept it at bay. I could feel it, but I wouldn't connect to it because the second I would, um, my eyes would start to get watery and I would want to cry. And I was like, well, that's probably not a good thing. So I didn't for, I don't know. It's very hard to pinpoint any dates really without any kind of reference because I don't experience time anymore. How do you spend your days though? Like, what other non energy related activities do you do? Well, there's no non energy related activities. Everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. Um, so it's a way of being, okay? And um, so when I deleted those videos a long time ago, but in some videos that I had done a long time ago at the beginning, I talked about how we went too external, right? So everybody's reversed or inverted. Um, whatever is outside of an individual tells them what life is, what existence is, who they are, right? But it's the opposite. Um, we're supposed to be guided from the inside out, and the inside tells you who you are, not um, your neighbor, not your teacher, not your boss at your job, not a priest in a church. Nobody tells you who and what you are, but your own heart and soul in connection to God, to Source, to everything and everyone. That is what tells you. Give a life changing advice to someone named Cancel the British. They are British, though, like not canceling them or something. Well, what would be life changing is if everybody stopped being inverted. And that's what I did. I reversed what everybody was experiencing through me because I always rejected a whole bunch of stuff. So the breathing thing was very important, not thinking. And what I was saying a while back, if you exercise, what are you doing? You're breathing and you're feeling. You're not thinking. So don't think is what Bruce Lee said. He said feel. It is like a finger pointing away at the moon. And he said don't concentrate on the finger or you'll miss all that heavenly glory. There's things everywhere, all over the place. I can't see anything or anyone without experiencing myself or God. Everything. even if it's dark or god awful, it's still I could still feel that they're a part of me no matter what. They're just choosing to go down a different path, a different experience. Um, and I talked about this before. So, and anybody who goes to their dark side or rebels or wants to, I don't know, just be their uh, I don't know, lower self, if if you know about Star Wars, Jedi's and Sith. If you want to just be a Sith, that's an experience. It's a choice. But no matter what you choose, everything is still is going to tell you the truth. No matter what, you're going to be living in lies and illusions, right? Because um, being separate is an illusion, right? And the individuals who choose to experience themselves and others and anything or anyone as separate from them, like no, those they're not a part of me. I have nothing to do with them. Yeah, it doesn't exist. I'm sorry. It only exists in illusions. Nothing and no one is separate. Okay, that's key. So once you understand this and um, you live from the inside out, from your heart and soul, not your mind. The mind is just a tool. Sure, you got your third eye, all these gifts and chakras and stuff. Yes, it's all working together. But for me, it's always been about being heart based. And you start to breathe with your heart and feel your heart. Thank you for responding to my question, man. I hope you get more views over time. Your channel is really underrated, but I have to go and sleep now. Oh, that's okay. Thank you for connecting and asking questions. And feel free anytime. Uh, Reach out. I got my email, highfolklore@gmail.com. Uh, but yeah, peaceful dreams, sweet dreams. And may every breath and heartbeat bring you closer to who you truly are, to everything and to everyone and to God. You may have been the only person that was still on here. It's okay. uh, yeah. Let's see, what else can I talk about? All right. Okay, so I've seen the new Earth or what this Earth becomes, and I used to call it, um, what was it, a Rainbow Heart Heaven Gaia, something like that. But I did do this meditation once where um, I was like doing like this sort of energy ball. Yes, unfortunately. Yeah, it's all good. Um, well, I was doing this energy ball, and I was, doing the breathing thing, connecting, and feeling the non-physical. And then I was listening to a metronome. It's just an app I had on my phone at the time, and I thought it'd be a good idea. It's like, and it was like all of a sudden, as I was doing that and listening to it and connecting, it was like time stopped, and there was this like noise. It's like it was weird sounding. It was like boom, crash or something like that, and then all of a sudden, it's like I'm going through this tunnel, and uh, I see streaks of light, like if I'm passing through a bunch of stars, and it starts to go really fast, and it's like a light tunnel, and I have all these visions. I see different random things, places on the earth, a tombstone with somebody's name on it. Uh, there's quite a few things, and then a ship. It was like I was on the ship observing the earth and looking through a big glass wall, like a giant glass wall. And it was like I popped up into space right there, and I was observing the new Earth. I feel like other people were there watching too. And the top part and the bottom part had light blue, like ocean water, right? Light blue, light blue, very beautiful. But in the center of the majority of the sphere, other than the bottom and the top part, that was all landmass that was connected. Nothing was separated or broken apart. It was all connected. And it was so beautiful. It was the colors of the rainbow on the land. The land looked like jewels or crystals or, you know, very sparkly diamonds, just super sparkly and super beautiful. I remember watching it and looking at it, and I was like, wow, that's so beautiful. And I know someone who said that they've walked on that earth. Um, I don't think she does YouTube videos anymore. Uh, her name's Laura, by the way. I was in contact with her for a few years, and then I don't know. I did lose a lot of contact with a lot of people, but either way, that's what's going to happen, or that's what's taking place. That's what's happening to the earth. And it's us, all of us, coming here and doing this work, purifying the earth, breaking everyone free, changing the vibration. Um, because we all felt the call, right? we we felt the call, and without hesitation, we showed up. And they talk about this all over the place: prophecies, religions, um, history, astrology, all of it, everything. It's all connected. Um, yeah, and it's a lot of it was like at the beginning was big question mark. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that there's going to be a golden age, and I talked about that. I truly do, but um, I deleted them because let's just say certain things need to happen in a certain specific way for there to be a certain outcome. Uh, and without knowing all the details, I'll do certain things that I feel I need to do in order for to get a certain outcome. And you know, um, not always is it a very pleasant thing that you have to go through or experience in order to get that outcome. So when we talk about different wars or suffering or a collective of this or that, suffering in a certain way or parts of the collective that are being exploited. We can talk about the Epstein thing, right? The Epstein files and all that. There's a freaking island where people were doing effed up things, and it's not just that island. There's so many people in their homes, in uh, secret gatherings, you name it. And they do horrible things, horrible, horrible things. I had, when I talked about keeping all that darkness at bay and not letting it in, I did a meditation where I let it in. I was like, if I can feel all that pain and suffering that's on the earth, there has to be a reason for it. So finally, just I was meditating and I let it in. And the second that I let it in, my eyes, they just bulged wide open. My mouth was like wide open. I was like, and like all this darkness just started going into my third eye, getting sucked in there. If you guys remember Aluna Ash, her channel, Aluna Ashley, um, it was very early on, a long time ago. She talked about like getting her daughter and being on the bed or something and like holding her, and she saw all this like darkness being passing by. Don't remember the words or how she described it, but I can visually see it, and I remember her talking about it. And it was years later where I connected it. I was like, holy moly. When I was absorbing all that darkness, all that suffering on the earth, um, I was witnessing it at the same time. And I saw myself walking in spirit. I was just like this white spirit, and I was just walking and observing and seeing um, like the lifespan or I don't know how long of the earth where people were just doing the most horrible things to one another. It's the most horrible things. Wars, people being chopped up and thrown in holes and buried, um, and so much worse. And I was crying. My eyes were bawling. I was so, I thought I had made a mistake. I couldn't stop it. It lasted 55 minutes. And I thought maybe I had made a mistake. Um, but no, I didn't. I absorbed all of that and I sent it somewhere else. Um, I don't know if it was a different Earth or a different timeline. I think it was a different Earth because I lucid dream a lot, and I woke up on that Earth and I saw what that darkness was and what happened. But yeah, after that though, I felt like the Earth was a lot lighter and higher vibe, and I took most of that darkness, but there was still a little bit left. What certain people were still holding on to, or certain individuals were still holding on to some of that darkness, still wanting to create that pain and suffering. I remember feeling so like tired. I'm like, okay, I gotta go to sleep. I went inside my house at the time when I was back home living with my parents, and my dad saw me walk inside and he looked at me for a second. He's like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just tired. I think I'm gonna go to bed." And he's like, "Are you sure?" And he's talking in Spanish. Are you sure you're not hungry? You don't need anything?" I'm like, "No, I'm just gonna go to sleep." He's like, "Okay." So, uh, and there was another video I made talking about a third mission that was incoming, right? That I know is take place. I thought maybe by this month, but now I'm thinking more. It's definitely next year, just through feeling alone, because you never know. Um, it could happen tonight, for all I know. But yeah, a lot of things are going to change, and um, let's just say we're going to go from being super limited to the opposite. Um, there was one person that talked about being a shaman and you know, uh, traveling, astral traveling, and doing all these shaman things. And then he's like, in a way, it just stopped. Well, yeah. The sort of countermeasures, the pandemic, and all these things that they tried to do uh, specifically to us, to convince us to give up, to even kill us. But of course, nothing's going to stop this. No one and nothing is going to stop what everyone has chosen to do. We have chosen. We no longer want to live um, in a way where we can't be who we are. And who we are is so beautiful. It's so much um, more. Even fantasy or imagination, which, by the way, that's not really what people think. People think your imagination and what you're like daydreaming and what you're thinking about, they think that's nothing. That's just, um, doesn't do anything. but it's the opposite. That very much does a lot. uh, a lot of the things I've been able to do is because I imagined myself doing those healings on the earth, to myself, to others, and it has a very real effect. Real, like people think, oh, you know, that's a fairy tale or in your dreams kind of thing. Well, you know what? This is a dream too. So if I want this dream to get better, I have to be more lucid in this dream on this earth. And I've been pretty lucid since I could remember on this earth and many others. But of course, like I spoke of, I had to break free of certain things, certain conditionings and things that were going on here. I had to break free. Just, I didn't know why or how. And, you know, when I broke free in 2017, before that, right before that, when I decided to heal, to try it again, I was like, okay, here we go. I'm going to try this again. I don't know if this is going to work. I was like, um, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. And I did it. I broke free and started remembering so many different things, and it's been awesome. So um, I look forward to collaborations and talking and sharing and connecting with everybody and everything, I suppose, uh, for the betterment of this collective and this earth and this galaxy, this existence, all of that. It's a lot of responsibility, you know, for us to take on, but I was created to do it, to do this. I know nothing else other than unconditional love and how there are no limits and how things can get better with every breath, with every heartbeat, with every act of kindness. And, you know, I can feel people and their suffering. And I can feel when people want me to suffer. And then to me, all of that is just kind of like, you obviously don't remember who you are, who I am, and what you're doing here. So you're asleep in this dream, in this collective dream. Especially if you're um, like plotting or scheming or thinking like you have the upper hand, manipulation, you're being abusive or whatever you're doing to other people who are a part of you. You're trying to control them, take from them, feed off of them energetically like a vampire, so on and so forth. Why would you want to do that? Anything and everything that you do to other people, you're doing to yourself. That's just existence itself. That's how it works. Okay? So if you think you have the upper hand, you're, you know, let's say when you killed somebody and like, ha, now that person is gone and I win and I get the riches and spoils or whatever, whatever scenario you want to put, you're doing the opposite. You're you just killed yourself. You get farther away from who you truly are when you're doing those things, from your heart, your soul, unconditional love. And believe me, it's so beautiful and wonderful um, to be so close to who you truly are and what animates everything and everyone. Excuse me. Uh, I did want to do a live meditation, but there's not very many people, and I could still do it, and it would still work. Uh, okay, so I will share one thing, and that same person that I spoke of before, uh, her name is Laura, that she walked on the new earth. She experienced that. She shared that with me. She also shared something that she was doing, and then I started doing it too back then. Um, so I would meditate. I mean, she didn't talk about this part at the beginning. She just said what she was doing. That and an infinity sign, right? That with your heart in the middle of that infinity sign, and then you connect to the sun, and then to your heart, and then to the earth. And I had done a meditation before, and then back to your heart. So I do that. I do it a lot. Um, I mean, uh, this whole money system and draining, and the way people live in this physical reality. Oh my God. Everything is so complicated when it don't have to be. Don't don't have to be that way. They make it exceedingly difficult to even exist, right? Because it's all about who's at the top of the food chain and who's at the bottom, basically. An old way of existing, a very low way of existing, limited. So yeah, I have to do a lot of physical labor jobs, but I look forward to when I can, you know, train others the way my heart and soul has been training me. I could help them connect and tune to unity consciousness and unconditional love. That is easier said than done because it's kind of like, um, let's say the 3-eye atlas, right? It's a ship. Let's say all of a sudden somebody's like, you wanna you wanna fly that? That person would probably like, I wouldn't know how or where to begin. What button am I supposed to press? They have no idea that the ship is not anywhere um, near what they're imagining how to fly it or to be inside of it, and so on and so forth. But yeah, plenty of ships for sure, which I'm very happy to hear so many other people talk about spaceships and traveling to uh, other planets, and that we're going to be able to do all these things here in our lifetime. Which I always thought once I awakened, I always thought like this is around the corner because that's what it felt like to me. But since I don't experience time, it must have been a different experience for me. And people, used to think, oh, it's going to be so many years and it'll be way past our lifetime. But all of a sudden, now it's right around the corner, right? And even Aluna talked about 2026. She said, astrology wise, that things wouldn't start to get better until around that time. And, I know we all got hit pretty damn hard in so many different ways. They definitely, they definitely hit me pretty hard. But you know what? My mantra still is I am love, and love is what I choose, no matter what happens. No matter what happens. And the outcome. If you're choosing, what happens, then your timeline, your experience, your existence is going to benefit no matter what. It's just the way it works, right? Like I was talking about before, what you're doing to other people is what you're doing to yourself, what you're doing to the planet, to the animals, to the trees, no matter what, everything is a part of you. If you affect it in any way, I could feel it. It doesn't matter who or what. I can feel the difference. I can feel a reaction. I can feel gratitude. I can feel recognition, so on and so forth. Where people just see, oh, it's just a tree, or it's just a rock. Um, it's just a person that doesn't matter because they're ugly, because they're missing limbs, because they were born with all these defects, or even if they're just, just horrible people. I feel really, you know, actually, no, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad anymore about people choosing um, to make those sort of mistakes, because that's what it is. They don't remember. They don't understand. It, they're inverted. They don't understand, so they're hurting others, and under the illusion of reaping rewards and benefits, kind of like a drug addict, or somebody who's addicted to anything, because doesn't matter what it is, right? Too much of anything could become a bad thing. Um, you're unbalanced. So yeah, I don't I don't think in one video I could explain enough of what I've done, what I can do, and what all of you can do and will do and are doing without even knowing you're doing it. But, the more that we talk about it with one another and collaborate, and people see it and are exposed to it, um, and I know people get jealous, or envious, or angry because maybe they're not feeling heard, or mm, not getting what they want. But it's not about what one individual wants, because what I wanted, if I was going to choose to be selfish, the only selfish thing that I would want is for everybody to feel the same connection, the unity consciousness, unconditional love, connected to their heart, soul, and source, God, everything and everyone. That way, they would understand, and they would remember, and it would be a completely different experience. That's the only thing I would ever choose if I was given the choice. And I suppose I have that feeling, and want and desire is because of why I'm here, and what I've been doing, and helping with. And I've said before, I don't need or want praise. People can, say thank you, and whatever they want to do, they can do. That's not why I'm doing it. It's kind of like, well, I mean, you have to feel very connected, or in a state of unity consciousness, or unconditional love, to be able to really understand how I feel and what my experience is. But we're going in that direction already, and God, I'm so grateful. You know, I've I've had to sacrifice, and do so many different things that You know, there's a person that I've met recently that I was connecting with before I got this job, and you know, I used to tell her that sorry, I'm freaking tired. uh, Forgot where I was going with that. Oh, right, there we go. Uh, I would tell her the job that we do, a lot of it is because nobody else wants to do it. Nobody else. So we are tasked. Um, and of course, I will do any task that is required of me, mission or duty. And I could talk about my 12th dimensional self and so on and so forth. I've been really hit hard anytime I do, so I don't I don't share it as much anymore. People people get jealous. People hate. People think I'm crazy. People think I'm lying. I'm making it up. And I could show them so many different things that confirm it, or it's like it's not just me saying these things. So many people are saying them and saying it and doing it, and it's like, why am I the liar? Why am I the crazy one? All these other people are not, but I am. A lot of it is just not understanding and where you're at. It kind of that's the best you can come up with, right? Um, if you think about any story where people were told, "Hey, this, and this is going to happen," and instead of like believing or even humoring it, or you know what I mean, they just laugh. They laugh. They point fingers, and they go on about their existence like the warnings and the signs that are given to them matter not. There's been plenty of times that's happened. Actually, right now it's happening. You know, people didn't think. Uh, uh, People didn't think a lot of things were possible, but now they are. I keep thinking, not thinking, because I don't think anymore. I just breathe. Um, but I get images that pop up in my head, and one of them lately has been a lucid dream that I had a long time ago, where I woke up and I was on top of this building, and I felt super high vibrational. I remember like I was like kind of like sort of squatted down kind of thing, and then I just kind of stood up, and I was like, oh, I felt so high vibrational, and like I could fly. So I did. I just went forward off that building, and I just started flying through that city. Don't know what city that is or if it was this earth, but for some reason that keeps popping up again and again. It'd be wonderful if I could fly here and let all of you see that. But, I go back to I don't want praise or to be seen as special or anything like that. Everybody and everything is special no matter what. No matter what. But in certain states of being, it can be very triggering to hear that someone can fly or can heal others, and that they're from the sun, that they're angels, a whole bunch of stuff. Well, oh, hi. uh, does anybody have questions or a request? I'm thinking maybe we can end it. I know not many people were on here, but maybe others can watch and maybe some of it can help. Hi. I was thinking we can end it with a meditation. First, if anybody that's on here has a question before we do the meditation, and then I'll end it after that because I'm pretty exhausted. Let's just say I don't get much of a break. I have to, well, not have to, but I choose to. I choose to be the shaman, the angel, the high guardian, and example of God here for everybody. Sorry, neighbors. Yeah, I mean, meditation and prayer are pretty much the same. So if nobody has questions, okay. All right, well then let's do it. Okay, so uh, most people can't find a spot where they're not going to be distracted, or there aren't neighbors or kids or whatever. Just do your best to find sorry, the food I ate earlier. Ugh, I forgot to get water, so I have nothing to drink. It's making me feel really after a long day. I just want to lie down. I'm surprised how much this body can endure, but it's my heart and soul fueling it that keeps me going, keeps me here doing the work I'm doing. So, yeah, just if you can, if you can't, that's okay, but find a spot where you're comfortable, and you could be sitting down. Do I believe in Jesus Christ? Of course. But to me, it's Yeshua. And yeah, Yeshua's right here. He's right here. Yeshua's walking this earth. Yeshua's helping with all of this. But yeah, you could be sitting down. You could be lying down. You could put earplugs in when you're not listening to what I'm saying to do. There's these isolation tanks, right? That people use, and that just reminds me of like where the pyramids and the tombs and the sarcophagus or whatever, where they're buried or they're mummified in there. Yeah, those are they're not just coffins. They were laying inside there like isolation tanks. They were laying inside there, and they were astrally traveling. They were going different places, different dimensions, you name it. Non-physically, they were doing these things, communicating and connecting. So just find a spot and then start to pay attention to your breathing, and only to your breathing. You can pay attention to your heartbeat as well. Start breathing with your heart. Oh, and you can also touch your fingers and rest them on your lap. You could put your hands together like this. There's so many different things you can do. You can place them over your heart if your heart's hurting. Your head, same thing. But yeah, so it takes moments, a while. So it's basically very similar to falling asleep and dreaming, only you fall asleep but stay awake. uh, so you just have to be very calm and relaxed, and that's why you're doing the conscious breathing. And you have your eyes closed. I mean, you can have them open, but some people can daydream pretty easily with their eyes open. I mean, I could do it too. I just um, if I have my eyes open, I'll pay attention to certain things, right? Oh, bye. Uh, yeah, Merry Christmas to you too, and Happy New Year. Yeah. So I like to have my eyes closed when I do it, and then it's whatever time it takes for you to sort of drift off, but you stay awake, right? So what I would do is I would imagine, see and feel myself hovering above the earth. So this is the earth. I was right above it. And I have plenty of stories there of things that have happened. But so yeah, you're breathing. Intentionally. Then let that energy go up and stimulate your third eye. And keep doing this until it starts to feel very good, very euphoric, kind of like orgasmic, right? Like bliss, like nirvana. You have to do it for quite a bit, and then you start to feel really, really, really good. And it's kind of like you go being here to being there in the dream, right? In the astral. Kind of takes over, and you can still experience your body, you breathing, you being here, but your awareness is more in the non physical you that's hovering above the earth. A lot of people don't want to do this stuff because they're not experienced enough or mature enough to do it without encountering, um, let's just say, difficulties. So it really depends on your state of being, whether it's a good experience or a bad one. Sometimes it can be bad if you have a lot of darkness plaguing you, or just something draining you, attached to you, so on and so forth. And you see yourself in the astral, and you might look different or change, or you might be luminous, which this other fellow I've been seeing on YouTube, what did he say? Homo luminous is like what we're becoming, instead of just how they say Homo sapien, it's Homo luminous, which kind of makes a lot of sense with me because of the heart chakra activations I had during an out of body experience years back in around 2012, 2013. But yeah. Another thing that you can do too is Om chant. And you can, play around with it. You can do different tones, or whatever feels right. You can, sing or throat sing or whatever. But doing the like really deep breath, and then just slow in that, and it begins to, amplify it. And it's kind of like you're amplifying the energy field around you and within you. Um, and the breathing, your breathing slows down, it changes because of how long you're taking to exhale and the way you're vibrating with the tone. It sort of tunes you more to your non-physical self, connects you more to your non-physical self. So instead of just your regular, physical senses, you start to tune into your psychic or non-physical senses um, through that. And you know, you just got to play with it in order to understand that there's different outcomes, different experience. So mm, sometimes time feels like it's going by super slow, and then there's other times where it feels like it's super fast. They say time flies when you're having fun or whatever. So you're not really experiencing time; you're experiencing the fun, which is the good feeling, the high vibe. But certain breathing tunes you certain ways. So, excuse me, when you're exercising, it tunes you a certain way because your blood's circulating faster and you're intaking a lot more oxygen. When you're doing the Om chanting, oh, you can also, I used to love doing it. I would work out like really badass, hardcore, and then I would meditate. So I went from having my heartbeat, doom, 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 from exercising and the blood, oxygenated and circling through my body. And then I would slow it down through the breathing, through the Om chanting. And after a bit, you just feel very tuned in. And then that's when you can just, you go into the dream sort of, or into your imagination, into what you're creating or choosing to experience and create. Kind of like you wake up there. So you wake up where you want to be or what you're doing, whatever you want to do. Um, and there, once I was there, then I would heal the earth with my hands. And I would also do that figure eight or the infinity sign. And I'll do it when I'm like just driving, I'm just laying down, I'm sitting down, and I'll say, from my heart to the heart of the sun, from the heart of the sun to my heart, from my heart to the heart of Mother Gaia, from the heart of Mother Gaia to my heart. And I could see it, the energy piercing through the core of me, the sun, me, the earth. And I'm doing it over and over again. And then you can feel the effect. Kind of like touching trees. If you touch trees a lot or you ground a lot, there's a lot of healing energy. There's a lot of um, love and recognition and connection. So um, this is what I like to do. I enjoy doing. There's variations and there's other things that happen. Um, you might see other souls, other people. You might see insectoids. You might see devils, so on and so forth. There's plenty of things I've seen and experienced and come across. So I guess I'll end the live. I don't think anybody's even on here. It's probably not the best day or time, but all I know is that my heart said, go live, talk about this or that, and then that's what God wants you to do. And even the smallest thing can help in the biggest ways. Just like the worst outcome can come from the best of intentions. I also believe that the greatest results can happen from the worst of experiences. So, if you having a very difficult time, or in, say, neck deep or further in suffering, I feel you and I love you, and you're not alone. I'm here with you, no matter what. I am unconditional love, and unconditional love is what I choose. Well, I'll look forward to my interview with that YouTube channel, which again, I think God's voice today. I think, yes. Yeah, I wanted to do it early in the morning before work, but God, did I sleep good last night? I was tired. I haven't really slept very well. I've had so much energy, so much love, and I've been crying too. There's a lot of heart chakra activations happening. I'm up there with the strongest of us, but no one wants to experience suffering nonstop, and that's why we are here doing what we're doing. Which, I don't know, it feels, I don't know, so awkward to know so much and love so much unconditionally because of what you know and what you've experienced and where you're from, because you're basically guarding this earth and this collective. Just, I suppose it's the illusions of being separate that, you know, that makes it feel weird. It's like I can see where their blocks are. I can feel the illusion of their disconnect, and they don't. It's a whole other way of living and breathing and experiencing yourself, everything and everyone. It's going to be felt, it's going to be known, it's going to be understood more and more and more and more. Nothing and no one will stop that. Oh, I forgot to mention. Not one person, but two people have already spoken about that they might try to have like a fake Yeshua. Supposed to be like an android Yeshua that is going to be performing miracles and all these other things, but it's really the Antichrist. If that happens, I'll be right here. Believe me, all of you, no matter what happens, just choose love. No matter what. That's why it's unconditional. And you'll understand once you're in unity consciousness, you'll understand why. Why there's nothing other than unconditional love. And that doesn't mean like I'm going to let you abuse the crap out of me over and over again and not say or do anything about it. Unconditional love is telling you, explaining to you with love that you won't hurt me or anyone else or yourself if I have anything to say or do about it. If you're involving me, I'm gonna say what's going on, why it's going on, um, what cycle you're in, stuff like that. God, that's so triggering. Forgive me. Uh, During the cold, um, I have like nonstop mucus sort of coating my nose so that it won't dry out. So I sniffle quite a bit, and I gotta clean my nose. It sure is annoying when I'm out working and in the cold and yeah, the mucus, boogies, booger juice. uh, Either way, I love all of you so much. Sometimes I wish I could just connect all the time and not have to do all this matrix and physical stuff. I don't. It's not that I don't like it, because I like to do difficult things, right? Since I'm created to do things that most others don't want to do because it's so difficult to understand or to accomplish. But it's what I was created to do. So I end up doing jobs that are extremely difficult. uh, and it's more difficult having to do or choosing to do the shaman and the example of God here, and coexist in the matrix, or what's left of the matrix. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Even though I'll be hugging my pillows and falling asleep physically alone, I know I'm not. I consistently and constantly feel everything and everyone. And it's very difficult to describe that feeling if it's taking place all at once. And sometimes I believe that words are not enough, or I don't know, kind of like what else is there left to say? But I know something big is coming. Definitely a lot next year. A lot next year. You know, there are times where I don't want to be here anymore. But I can only be who I was created to be. I don't want to be anything else or anyone else but who and what I am. Whether that's one of the angels or not, or important figure or not. Doesn't matter. What matters is the work, the unconditional love, and the unity that I feel and experience. Yeah. Sorry. I'm exhausted. I gotta go lie down. I can go on forever, but uh, it's weird. It's weird having or having limits. My laughter is of joy um, for the experiences I've had, I'm gonna have, and will continue to have, and we're all going to have together. Yeah, I think I'll leave it there. Again, forgiveness for the lighting, forgiveness. If the sound quality is not that good, I'm just using my phone. I'm sitting in my car. I don't have a real place to live yet. But that matters not. The fact that I don't get to see my kids very much. I'm here to do what I'm just here to be an example of God, or what everything and everyone is becoming. I love all of you very much. Doesn't matter who you are, what you've done. Hear me when I say that if you choose unconditional love, no matter what happens, like I said before, the outcome will be a better one. It's just the way it works. I very much look forward to connecting with everything and everyone more and more. And if my physical role here comes to an end, I won't die. I'll be watching, I'll be guarding and guiding. Just like I always have since I was created. And I am very much who I am because of everything and everyone. I am am love, and love is what I choose no matter what happens. I am love, and love is what I choose no matter what happens. I am love, and love is what I choose no matter what happens. That mantra has gotten me through the worst of it. And I'll go through anything and every other thing I have to for everything and everyone, no matter what. And may your hearts shine as bright as the sun. I've experienced that before. And with every breath, everything and everyone gets brighter with every heartbeat. The illusions of separation dissipate. Good night, sweet dreams. You may see me there in your dreams. I tend to do that. Trust me, I'm there to help, to love, and to guide, no matter what. Now, how do I end this?